Hello everyone. So, literally about 5 minutes ago, I just finished this book. It's called $2 a Day, Living on Almost Nothing in America. I'll show you the cover if you could. Well, can't really see that at all because it's on my Kindle. But, so it's called $2 a Day, Living on Almost Nothing in America. And, it's a book that's kind of like it's got some stories about real people and the situations that they face living on like $2 or below. So basically they're way below poverty. So it starts out, it's got some stories, and then it also like intertwines and gives you some like background information on like the programs that were created to help them, like TAMP and SNAP, and so it gives a lot of background information about those programs. Um, as well as, like I said, giving information and like stories about these real people. Um, when I rated it on Goodreads, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I didn't give it a complete 5 out of 5 stars, just because I mean, yeah, it was good to have the background information, especially considering I am a social work student. I will be a social worker in a few years, so it was good to have the background information about these programs were created. But at some points, it was just kind of like dragged on a little bit, and then but I really liked reading the actual personal stories of people and how they are affected. And especially because it really makes me really thankful for what I have. Especially considering when I first moved here, like we had like no money. We had just enough money to put down the deposit and first month's rent, and then I was only getting 18 hours a week at my Walgreens previously than the one that I was working here. And I realized how very lucky I am to have full-time day shift regular hours. I will just highlight one girl's story. I hope it's not really a spoiler, but one girl, her name is Ray, and she was working at a local Walmart, and she was really good, a really good cashier. She was fast and everything, and she was actually named Cashier of the Month at her Walmart. Well, she was staying with like some friends of the family, but she called him like her uncle or something. So, anyways, and so in order to use her uncle's van to get to work, she would have to either, fill it up with like $50 worth of gas or something like that. And then one day, her uncle comes home and claims that he used all the gasoline in the car to run errands, and then they're flat broke, and so they have no money to fill the tank, and she needed to get to work the next day. And of course, she had just given them money not too long ago, and so she had no money and wouldn't be able to get to work. And so she called her Walmart and was like, hey, can somebody like spot me some money until the next payday? I promise I'll pay you back. And she had a good reputation. She was a hard worker and everything. And rather than work with her, her manager was like, well, if you can't get here tomorrow, you're going to have to look for another job. So it's just things like comments like that. And so basically she was just out of a job. They didn't even work with her despite her being a really good cashier. So it's just like things like that that make me realize how lucky I am to have the job that I do. And that if I was ever in that situation, like, we would never be in that situation, but if we were, like, and we were, like, stranded, I know my manager would have my back, and that makes me feel really lucky. And then, especially and it also highlights that a lot of people just really want what I have, like, day shifts, straight schedules, because most retail doesn't have straight schedules. You're all over the board, and you don't know what you're going to be working, really. And so I just realized how lucky I am. And so this book was a really good read for that, because it really makes you realize how much you take for granted and really how lucky you are to have what you have. Because there are so many people in this country that, just have it terribly and have it way worse. And it made me really happy to go into work because I know that I have a good job as far as retail goes. So I recommend it. I mean, it is kind of sad at times because you will read about, some sad stories and stuff like that happen to people. But I recommend it. Like I said, I gave it 4 out of 5 just because of the background, and that just kind of dragged on, and I wanted to get to the actual human stories. But I do recommend it. I think everyone should check it out, just to get some perspective. And I think my next read is gonna be, oh goodness. I had it here, and now I lost it. What my next read is going to be. It's To All the Boys I've Loved Before. It seems like a lighthearted read to me. And it's also, there's a special on Netflix. So it seems like really lighthearted, a little, a little bit funnier maybe, considering the book I just read before this one was The Color Purple. So I need something a little more lighthearted now, just to lighten the moment. So I think that's going to be my next read, and that'll be my next review whenever that happens. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. Like I said, $2 a day in America. Check it out. I recommend it.